Well, okay, you guys, I'm so excited about this. We just shot an absolutely fabulous garden tour of a very unique garden here in my neighborhood. And it brought to mind a topic that I think is just wonderful for all of us here at LVTV. All of us insiders, it's something that we would be really passionate about. And I thought this was a great opportunity to discuss this with you. And that's the topic and the concept of signature touches. And those are those kinds of things that you grow in your garden, that you display in your own gardens, that make it distinctly yours. Usually more than just one of them, but things that in the future people will recognize as something that is peculiar to your garden, a signature touch. So this person, this gardener, is just a really fabulous caretaker of his property, and he has some really unique signature touches that I thought I would point out to you. And I challenge all of you, while we kind of walk around the perimeter of this pool, and by the way, we're going to be doing a garden tour of his backyard here too on YouTube pretty soon. I'm challenging you to think about signature touches you may already have in your own gardens or that you might want to add in the future. Those things that make it significantly and specially yours. Okay, so one of them, I'm going to ask Stuart to back up just a little bit. I noticed that in the backyard, not only does he have a wonderful, unique assortment of plants, both tropical and temperate, but he also uses certain unusual ones in really interesting ways. And one of them is this columnar basil.
Okay, this may seem very out of the ordinary for me, but what I'm doing is playing a game called My Lovely Planet. Now, I've never really done much of like Candy Crush or anything like that, partly because it just kind of felt, I don't know, like it was maybe kind of a waste of time. But with this, I really feel like I am doing good and I'm also entertaining myself. Basically, all I'm trying to do is just line up 3 of something. So, for example, I want to line up 3 blueberries, like right there. And then for everything that I do, I get points. I move on to another level. But most importantly to me, not only am I helping with my eye-hand coordination and having a little fun and a little bit of relaxation, but I am also helping the planet, which is the name of this game, My Lovely Planet. The game is free to play, and for every download, they basically plant trees. They're planting a great variety of trees, over 70,000 wild species, I think. They have already planted over 350,000 trees in Madagascar, in Kenya, in France, and now they are starting to do it here in the US. So that's why I want to encourage you to download this free app. I'm a gardener after all, and anything that will encourage people to plant trees is a good thing, and especially when it's at no charge to us. Every time you download this, they plant a tree, and what I love about it is when you first get into the game, it will tell you how many trees that they have already planted, and then that's a number that just keeps going up. So that's almost as positively reinforcing as it is every time I make a major move. And I get some credit on the app itself.
And we think of it strictly as an herb. This is, I think, is it evergreen basil? It's a tall columnar basil. And you'll notice how he uses a rhythm and repetition of them throughout his backyard. And this exposure faces west, so it's the perfect solution. Here is a tall, and this is probably, 26 inches tall, maybe. It creates great form. It smells heavenly. And it's a really tough plant for this exposure. And he uses it not just once, but multiple times around this bed that surrounds his pool. So I'll show you more. Well, here's another bunch of it right here. This one as much as 36 inches tall. You can see, according to my height, just how dramatic it is. So as a columnar pillar type of punctuation point that is yet an annual but is also has culinary value, Who would have thought? But I've identified it as a signature touch, a very unique one in his garden. Now, in the front yard and also in the back, this man, this gardener, he grew up in Hawaii and he absolutely adores ginkgos. And he has so many different varieties in various forms. He's pruned them in various ways. And they, again, just kind of run consecutively and sporadically in pots in the landscape itself throughout the garden. And here is one right here. Some of them he has limbed up to really expose the beautiful trunk. Others of them he's left a little bit more free form, but it's just it's an interesting plant that he's using in interesting ways, a really valuable signature touch. And another signature touch that it speaks to is he uses lots of blue-green, blue-gray plants in his landscape, both tropicals and temperates, even some conifers. But that color palette is also uniquely his and goes beautifully. Stuart, if you can pan around behind you to the exterior facade of his home, you can see that some of that bluish gray color appears in the stone itself. So it's just a very interesting punctuation, I guess. Another thing he uses beautifully, and as in regular fashion, as an annual, some beautiful golden coleus with a serrated edge. And it's not, that gold color also reappears as a signature touch sporadically throughout the garden in coleus, in some spireas, in some datura, and it repeats itself throughout the garden. He is an enthusiast like myself for lots of foliage and texture and form and branching and trunks. So let's come around. You can see here, there's some of that same beautiful chartreuse color in a tropical form with red branching. And then here's another magnificent specimen of ginkgo that he has planted in a huge pot. I love these large saucer pots. I think they are an interesting form, shape, and profile of a container planting to use in your garden. And then he has beautifully mulched it in gorgeous large black stones. Really beautiful. And here's a tip. He has set it into the turf. He just overseeded his turf. But he has set it into the grass itself, but he's put a large piece of tile underneath it so that it sits flushly. He doesn't have to constantly straighten it, and it helps frame it in a beautiful way. So that's a tip. Look at the beautiful trunk on this ginkgo. And he was saying earlier that the ginkgo loses its leaves all at once, unlike other trees that kind of spit them out over the season and you're constantly cleaning them up. But I love the profile of the leaf, the shape of the leaf, and the shape of the tree. So again, I may have to count when we come back to do the garden tour just how many ginkgos he has in his landscape. For you, it might be Japanese maples, or it might be a certain kind of vine that you grow, but it's a signature touch that as soon as people see it, like topiary, they'll say, oh, that's so Linda Vater. But when they see it, it will be a signature touch of your own. So I hope your head is really spinning with ideas of your own signature touches. Now let's come back through here. And I'm going to be very careful. Oh, look here. A bonsai ginkgo. Isn't that spectacular? And so many of his plantings have moss growing on them. And he said that he just cares for these tenderly. He leaves them outside so they can go through the natural defoliation process of deciduous trees. He protects them, but this one is in a glazed blue pot that he's got positioned on his diving board of his pool so it can stage plants while it's not in use. And then another signature plant, and this is a touch that I'm so going to copy, you guys. I may have discovered a new infatuation. And that's the way he uses what is a kind of a common plant in an uncommon way, and that's jade trees or jade plants. Look at how he has them bonsai'd and planted, again, in a signature touch for him, this glazed blue pot. And he's got this wonderful moss and delicate fern that is just a perfect counterpoint to these really stubby trunks. I can't imagine how old these must be. And these are jade trees that he has trained in this way. And you can even see where some of it, a piece broke off and is now growing in between the stones. In the front yard, he has some planted on the edge of a huge pot, and it cascades as a trailer down the front of the pot. Now that is unique, a really unique way to use a signature touch. Again, through here, he has some conifers. This is an Arizona cypress in that characteristic blue-gray foliage, along with this pine tree. And it just creates a tropical montage that I think is absolutely brilliant. And then let's go around this curve that frames the diving board section of the pool, and we'll show that to you later. But look here. There's another jade tree and signature touch in a turquoise glazed pot. Isn't that yummy? And yet another, almost used as a finial to punctuate this stone outcropping that he has at the back of his property. And then as a counterpoint, and I'll have Stuart back up to show you, careful behind you, Stuart, there is a companion ginkgo on this side that is identical and mirrors the ginkgo on the other side in this massive saucer. Again, mulched in those beautiful black stones. And another fabulous, look at the girth of that trunk. That's got to be at least 4 inches. And I love how it's just kind of stubby. And then it's mulched in beautiful moss with a repetition again. I don't know if this is a kind of scheffalera. If you recognize it, you guys tell me what it is. It is a house plant with its kind of hot pink stems and that beautiful variegated foliage. So what he has done is just created this little microcosm of some of his favorite things and favorite touches. So I think there were 4 or 5 of them there that I listed. I'll do a screenshot this of how he uses a rhythm and repetition of jade plants, of ginkgo plants, of the color of a blue-grayish green, of the rhythm and repetition of that chartreusey gold throughout and to kind of illuminate dark areas of his garden. And then finally, a very interesting use of a tall columnar basil, intertwined and intermixed with his other landscaping plants. So I challenge you, and please, in the Facebook group, here in the comments, please go outside. I challenge you. Take a tour of your backyard, walk around, and I bet you can immediately identify 5 signature touches that you have in your own garden. And then, I mean, the potential for using those motifs is just, is just beyond. If I were him, I would probably use a ginkgo leaf on some stationery, or I would use a illustration and an outline of a jade tree on a napkin. There are so many different ways that you can infuse your gardening signature touches into your home and into your overall personality. And I just love it, because you talk about living a garden-inspired life. That's what it's all about. So I hope you guys enjoyed these signature touches from this garden. Tell me what yours are.